Where are the jobs? This is the question that the youth of India are asking.
नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी देश को चौकीदार की जरूरत है। अच्छे दिन
India has seen protests, riots, and even the parliament being breached to highlight a burning issue: unemployment.
I mean, youth with various kinds of degrees are there and they are unemployed. So youth employment is simply a reflection of the larger situation of lack of jobs.
The Modi government claims that India's unemployment rate has been reducing over the years.
उससे हर सेक्टर में रोजगार के नए अवसर तैयार हो रहे हैं।
But is that the reality? I'll come to that later. Let us first take a look at the numbers. The unemployment rate was 2.1% in 2012 before the Modi government came to power. According to the periodic labor force survey, this increased threefold in 2017-18, that is 6.1%. This was the highest unemployment rate India witnessed in over 45 years. Ever since then, the PLFS data has been showing a declining trend. It was 3.2% in 2022-23. But this does not mean that it is necessarily a positive trend. The official unemployment rate has been falling since 2018, but the fact is that the educated people are suffering the most. A large section of the graduates who should be getting good job prospects in a growing economy continue to remain jobless.
There is a large population of unemployed educated youth, but that does not suggest that these educated youth are unemployable. They don't have the skills that are required in the job market, and the universities need to provide them some professional skills, or you need to have private investment in vocational training or professional courses of various kinds, so that these people can get skills that the job market needs. The fact of the matter is that there are no jobs.
In 2011-12, the unemployment rate among those with a graduate degree was just 7.6%. It increased to 17% in 2017-18. It is currently at 13% during the 2022-23 period. As for the young workers below the age of 29 who also have a graduate degree, the unemployment rate was 20% in 2011-12. It increased to a massive 36% in 2017-18 and is at 27% at 2022-23. A study by D. Tripathi Rao of the Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, also points to a similar finding. According to the study, the unemployment rate of India increases with your education levels. To cut the long story short, the higher your education levels, the higher are your chances for not landing a job in this country. But that is not the only problem. The Skills India Report 2021 says that nearly half of India's graduates are unemployable. What could be the possible reasons for this? Experts say that the large number of private colleges which are affiliated to state or central universities mushrooming across the country has a role to play in this. Most of these colleges are set up by builders or contractors with the sole aim of earning profit and with little emphasis on developing the skills and knowledge of students. So how has young India reacted to unemployment? The railways and the defense forces are some of the biggest employers in India. In January 2022, thousands of job aspirants burned down several railway coaches, especially in Bihar, protesting against irregularities in recruitment to railway jobs. A few months later, similar protests erupted over the Agnipath recruitment scheme of the armed forces in different parts of India, especially in the southern state of Telangana.
इस देश में जाति, धर्म, संप्रदाय ये चुनाव का मुद्दा बन सकता है। रोजगार कभी इस देश का चुनाव का मुद्दा बन नहीं सकता है।
चुनाव आते हैं, बेरोजगारों को मुद्दा बनाया जाता है कि बेरोजगारी प्रदेश में है। सरकार बनते ही सब भूल जाते हैं, किसी की भी सरकार हो।
कुल मिला के सर जीवन के 5 साल कब निकल गए मुझे पता ही नहीं चला। जब हम यहाँ आए थे तो सबको हम भैया भैया बोलते थे, आज सब हमको दादा दादा बोलते, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो बुरा लगता है।
तो मैं यही सोच कर आई थी कि मतलब मैं डीएसपी बनूंगी 1-2 साल में अपना तैयारी करके, और डीएसपी बन के अपने गाँव जाऊँगी बढ़िया मेरा स्वागत होगा, बट ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ अभी तक मेरी लाइफ में।
हमारी वजह से आज हमारे पेरेंट्स जिस चीज पे गर्व कर सकते थे वो चेहरा नहीं दिखा पा रहे हैं लोगों को। वो इस चीज को हम किसके सामने प्रेजेंट करें जाके? सर दूसरी दिवाली है जब मैं घर नहीं जा पाऊंगा।
Now coming back to the question, does the PLFS data give an accurate picture on the issue? No, it does not. Let me tell you why. In October 2023, the PLFS released a report for the year 2022-23, which said that unemployment rate in India has come down to 3.2%. In the same month, the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy published its report for the month of October 2023, which said that the unemployment rate in India was 10.05%, which is the highest in years.
I'll tell any lay person that unemployment rate in India is 3%, they'll think you're crazy. Okay, I mean, does it really make sense? Now, the reason you get such low numbers is for two reasons. One, because historically, a large number of unemployed people who stop actively seeking employment are thrown out of the labor force. In the calculation of unemployment, they are not considered part of labor force because you are not actively seeking employment. But you are not actively seeking employment because you've given up. You don't get a job. You can't keep going looking for jobs every day, day after day, month after month, year after year, because at some point you realize there are no jobs and it costs money to go around looking for jobs. So you stop seeking jobs. Now, if you stop seeking job, it does not mean that you're not interested in working. And the way labor force is defined in India, people who are not actively seeking jobs are considered to be outside the labor force. So that's a historical error in the way unemployment is defined in India.
Several economists in India rely on the CMI data, which takes into account almost 1.7 lakh households, which is more than the number of households surveyed by the PLFS. There are also more discrepancies in the way PLFS collects its data. It was found that one of the major reasons for the declining unemployment rate was that even those who are engaged in any activity which does not generate an income was counted as employed. For example, women who are engaged in household chores who are not necessarily remunerated were counted as employed. The other loophole in this data is that the government only takes into consideration those who are unemployed and seeking jobs. Those who are unemployed and not seeking jobs are not included in this data. This means that the unemployment rate in the right sense would be way more higher than what is shown by the government. In their latest book, Breaking the Mold, Reimagining India's Economic Future, former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan and Rohit Lamba cites both the PLFS and CMI data and says that 3.5 to 4 crores Indians are looking for jobs but are unable to find them. The book also raises concerns over women's participation in the labor force being much lesser than that of men in India. With elections around the corner, the youth of India continue to ask, where are the jobs that you promised?
This election season, your right to choose puts you at the heart of it again.
We'd like to be your eyes and ears.
Choose the journalism and media that serves democracy and you.
Simply log on to newslaundry.com/2024 election fund and choose an amount of your choice for the reports of your choice.